the star, Mario. Yes. Why? Okay, there we go. And I just wasted all of my coins to get that fireball back. And almost fell off the ledge there. But I'm still hanging in. Oh man, this is not an easy level. Yeah, that's it. I need to unlock some of these new levels that I've never been to. Oh no, I swear my controller stopped working for a second. It's because I'm not using the Pro controller, I'm using the little... I don't like the Joy-Cons, I really don't. Last chance, get something good. Mushroom, okay, well, that'll let me survive a little longer. That clock is ticking, though. Oh, great. There's a Bowser right ahead. 2 Bowsers. Double Bowser. Just get out of there, man! There's 4 of us. Oh yeah! Ha! Took him out. Oh, one guy went out. I almost want to just like... just wait! No! I should have just hung out. No, that doesn't kill him. Yes! Ha! That was amazing. Oh, you can start off with a power-up. How did I do that? I don't even know. There's so many mechanics I don't even understand about this game. But again, like, what's the point of learning all of the mechanics of something that isn't going to exist? I mean, this is a game about a clock running down and your time running out. And the game itself is also subject to its own mechanics in the real world. Because if I don't get number 1 before this game goes away, then what will I have lived for? Mushroom! No, don't lose it! Star power. That's all you need. Just a little star power. Okay. I mean, I've got so much time. I don't have any coins, really. I'm broke. I got lots of time. Did I make it to the end of the level? Yes, I did. Ah, no. Bowser. No, 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 it's over, it's over, it's over, it's over. Don't get squished by a fish. Oh, it's me and one other. It's just me and one other guy. Summon the spirit of the winner. Oh no. This is like a really good Mario player. I bet. No! Number 2. That's an all-time high. Number 2. We gotta keep going now. So eventually I did get first place in Super Mario Bros. 35 on March 31st, 2021. The day that Mario died. The last day of the game. People online have jokingly been referring to this day as the day that Mario dies due to the fact that the Super Mario Bros. 35 Royale is going away, the Game & Watch Special Edition is going away, and the Super Mario Bros. 3D All-Stars game is going away. And the music cuts out here because apparently when you're recording footage on an iMac with an Elgato HD60S capture card in OBS using OBS Link, the audio is just going to cut in and out. I've seen several threads from others who encountered the same issue, and they were never able to solve it. The only options are to record the audio in a separate program, or to use Game Capture HD, which isn't as customizable. But as I was saying, Super Mario 3D All-Stars is a bare-bones compilation of Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. And the port of Super Mario 64 there could be running at a higher frame rate, and it's still in 4:3 aspect ratio. But by the time this video is released, none of this stuff is available anymore. Not even digitally. You could probably buy a used copy of Super Mario 3D All-Stars still. But anyway, I wanted to get first place before the game went away, so on March 30th, the night before, I sat down and played the game until 3 in the morning, and I couldn't get higher than second place. I think I got second place 2 times that night. Finally just went to sleep, woke up, and started again in the morning. And I got second place twice in a row, and then I got first place. And one of the problems was that when it got down to me and just one other player, they always had a lot more coins than I did, so they could just keep buying power-ups every time they got hit. Other times I would just run out of time. The time starts ticking down a lot faster when it's just you and another person. Jumping on the Goombas like I am there will always get you more time. Using the fireball only gets you 1 second, so if you abuse your fireball, then you start to run out of time. Not that any of these strategies matter, as this game doesn't even exist anymore. Also, in this first level, you always want to go for the secret block after the 3rd green pipe, because it's a 1-up, it'll get you 20 coins. I skipped right over it. I didn't even get it on this run. So the main strategies for getting number 1 involved managing your money and time, making sure you always had close to 400 seconds. It maxes out at 400 seconds. To have as many coins as possible. Now, on the previous run, I had over 100 coins, where on the winning run, I barely had any, but I think the competition wasn't as tough on this run. It's random who you're playing with. As far as where you're sending your enemies, I think most coins is probably best because most coins sends the enemies after the best player. And you really want to make their life as hard as possible because it might end up being just the two of you in the end. Lowest time will pick off the weakest player. Usually didn't use that. Attackers get you caught in a loop because other people that have attackers are sending enemies at you and then you're sending them back, and that can make life really hard, so I go with most coins. You don't really want to be sending the Goombas and the Koopas over because that just allows somebody else to easily get more time. You want to be sending over the bloopers, the Cheep Cheeps, the Hammer Brothers, Bowsers. The bloopers are the squids in the underwater level, the Cheep Cheeps are the fish. And when you send those enemies to somebody that's in a land level, and they're flying all over the screen, it's pretty hard to deal with. And if you've got two Bowsers on your screen and you don't have a fireball or a star, you're screwed. So you want to work your way up to those harder levels and start sending those enemies over. There's a vote that goes down between the 35 players before you start on what level you want to start on, but you always seem to start on level 1-1. I did later one time start on level 1-2, but I think it's because the majority of players just have it set to 1-1. There's probably a lot of new players who haven't unlocked the other levels yet. So this is kind of a flawed mechanic. You do level 1-1 over and over again, but once you get to level 1-2, then you can use the warp pipe. And if you don't see the level you want, you can just go back through 1-2 again. The levels you want are 2-2, which is an underwater level, 7-2, which is also an underwater level, 1-4, 2-4, 3-4, any of the Bowser levels, 3-1, which is a Hammer Brothers level, 4-1 has the Lakitu enemies who hang out at the top of the screen on the cloud and they throw the spiky shells down. They make life pretty difficult. I just hate that the music cuts out there. I hate it so much. But I can never record this footage again because Mario's dead. Another issue I was having was I kept inadvertently using all of my coins to buy power-ups I didn't need. Because you can activate the roulette wheel using X, but you could also use the back left trigger. And I kept accidentally hitting that trigger and wasting my coins, and that was actually a really big problem when it got down to the late game, when it was all about just being able to use coins to buy power-ups to survive. And I was always looking for these underwater levels. I was always happy when I saw them. I would just go through and I would really try and kill every blooper and Cheep Cheep I saw. And see, the bloopers, they have this really erratic movement. You don't know which way they're gonna go, where the Goombas and the Koopas, their movements are very predictable. So it's really easy to lose a power-up here, and then you start scrambling for coins so that you can buy your next power-up the next time you make a mistake. But if you can get through this area with a fireball, you can really start sending enemies at the other players. I hope they bring this game back at some point, or maybe, you know, do it for another Mario game. Or do it for a Zelda game. I don't know if that would work quite the same. Random dungeons that you go through and... I don't know, I think it could work. See, Tetris 99 is still available. You can still play the Battle Royale Tetris, you can't play the Mario one anymore. Looking back at this footage, it's making me nostalgic. Even though this footage is only from a couple days ago. Things are getting really tense at this point. Like, you can't tell how tense I am, but, got the POW block. So in a second here, you're gonna see me knock out the guy in the top right. And I get all of his coins, which really puts me over the top. The little gold KO symbolizes that I knocked him out. Taking out that Bowser was pivotal. And then you get 2 more Bowsers here. And that would be a really difficult spot to get a fireball off, so somehow I got a POW block and cleared the screen, and that really allowed me to survive. See, I've got the Fire Flower now, and my opponent, just became a Little Mario. You can see his tiny little screen there. So he's Little Mario, I've got the Fireball. I've got a lot of coins. He doesn't have a lot of coins. It's all about getting past that Bowser now. Happy 35th anniversary of Mario Brothers. Mario Brothers is almost as old as I am. And now we're gonna have The Legend of Zelda's 35th anniversary. So maybe Nintendo will do something fun for that. So after the game wasn't supposed to be playable anymore, I was still playing it. I was playing the game on April 1st. It's probably because I left the application running and put the Switch in sleep mode. So when I booted up my Switch, the game was still running. I wonder if I had closed the application and tried to reopen it, if it would have opened again. They had taken the game off the digital store at this point. And it seems like it must have been the most hardcore players that were still playing it after it was supposed to be gone, because it was pretty challenging. And also, it wasn't always 35 players. Sometimes it could only match 20 players. And it was taking a lot longer to match. And then every now and then the screen started flashing black, and I thought, the game is falling apart before our eyes. They're shutting the servers down. And April 2nd, around 2 a.m., I couldn't get on anymore. So they did it. They killed Mario. So bye-bye, Mr. Mario guy. Stomped a Goomba and a Koopa, and he's jumping real high. That good old boy was eating pizza pie, singing, today's the day that Mario dies. Today's the day that Mario dies.